Hey there! It's time for my monthly market report. Most of you simply are looking for a summary about what's going on with the desert real estate, right? Well, that can be helpful, but there's a lot more to market insights than that, simply. What you hear on the TV and radio is usually pretty negative, like the sky's falling, big shock, boring, and hardly accurate. There's a lot more information than whether prices are going up or down or the market is slow or hot. They don't talk about inventory, seasonal averages, attrition rates, or discounts. All of these data points paint a picture and they tell a story. But the bottom line for a consumer is, how does this data affect you? You know, what's in it for me? So once again, I'm going to break down the component data points for you, how they're related, and share you my market insights. Okay? Hey there, it's me, Stefan Burchard, the Desert Realtor here in the Greater Palm Springs region. I record and post content here about the local market and the desert lifestyle because I love what I do. But more importantly, I believe real estate should be fun and easy. Okay, so you're here for the market update, and you'd also like to know how this data affects you, or better yet, what's in it for me, right? So let's get to it. Current Valley median prices for single-family homes is $660,000, which is down 3.1% from last year. And condos closed at $439,000, which is down 6% from a year ago. Now, those numbers are for the entire valley. Breakdowns of the same stats for each city are in the chart I send out every month, and they're also linked in the video notes. This information is important because it shows where prices are and where they're trending. Buyers and sellers get an idea on prices for the valley as a whole or for a particular city. The percentage change gives you an idea of where prices are trending. This is a rough idea. If you need more detailed information about neighborhoods or subdivision, give me a call, text, or email. I'm happy to decode it for you and provide you all the deets. I stay on top of this information every month, so it's pretty easy for me because I'm a big old data nerd. Months of supply still stands at 2.8 months, which is about the same as last month, but up about a month from last year. Months of supply is important because if no new homes are added for sale on the market, then we only have less than 3 months of homes to sell at the current sales tempo. This is also known as the attrition rate. It is one of the measures showing how quickly homes are moving. The higher the demand, the lower these numbers will be, depending on inventory levels, of course. Inventory comes later, so hold tight. These stats are also broken down by city and price point in the full report that you can find on my website and my newsletter. Days in market, days on market, it's the same thing. This is the average time a property is on the market for the valley. This number can be higher or lower in any particular city, subdivision, or even price points. Currently, our average days on market is 38 days, which is 1 day below last month, but up 35.7% over last year. We're seeing this slowly creep back up, but it's still below our pre-pandemic averages of 65-ish days. We're not predicting a return to those pre-pandemic averages due to higher demand for desert properties. And thanks to interest rates, we don't see it returning this year. Each city and price point is also broken down in the full report. That's a lot of info for you data junkies. Why is this important? Sellers get an idea of how long it might take to sell their home, and buyers get an idea of what the average time homes are on the market for a specific city or price point. If a home has been on the market longer than these averages, a seller may be willing to negotiate. For example, just because a home may have been on the market for 50 days doesn't mean squat if the average days on market for a particular area is 65 days. There are a lot of motivated sellers negotiating since home sales are slower than they were a year ago. If you know of someone considering buying or selling in the Greater Palm Springs region, give me a call, text, or email. I promise I'll take excellent care of them. Inventory is the current number of properties that are available for sale in the market. Our inventory now stands at just above 1,600 units, which is down 28 units from last month and 8 units more than last year. Inventory is hard to understand without looking at the trends and some of the other statistics. We'll get to that soon. Over time, you can see how this inventory number has been decreasing since 2018. This demonstrates an increase for demand for the desert. Now, notice before 2020, we had some seasonal ups and downs. Those were normal in our market. Notice what happened around May of 2020. You can see the result on our inventory due to the COVID rush and very high demand. Next, we have sales volume, also known as average unit sales. This is the actual unit sale activity that happens monthly. For the Greater Palm Springs region, this is broken down into 2 graphs because of our seasonality. We have a 3-month average and a 12-month average. I don't have 12 fingers. We break this down because seasonality affects our sales activity. For the 3-month average, we currently have a combined total of 623 homes sold. Before the pandemic, August sales averaged about 800 to 900 units per month. Notice how the graph jumps up and down as it follows our seasonal patterns. August of 2020, we were starting to see the market return from the California shelter in place. Then it shot over 1,000 units per month, and it got up as high as 1,300 units in early 2021. That super high demand activity eviscerated our inventory. The 12-month average removes that seasonality, and it shows the trends in how homes are selling year over year. There are no seasonal ups and downs on this graph. However, notice how it shot up during COVID from July 2020 to July 2021. We are still below pre-pandemic averages of 800 to 900 units. Before COVID, there was relative stability in this graph. It skyrocketed during COVID and is now slowly returning. Notice a steady decline since July 2021. This was due in part to the lack of inventory. Notice also the leveling off over the last couple of months. These numbers are important because they show buyers and sellers how many homes are selling desert-wide and are a good indicator of demand. We are down approximately 32% from our pre-pandemic average. Currently, we're seeing about 579 units per month sales. High sales and low inventory push prices higher. Lower demand and increased inventory softens prices. Basic economics, right? Selling over list price. This shows how many homes are selling above or below list price. A positive number means that homes are selling above list price, and a negative number means they're being discounted off list price. This graph demonstrates demand, but more importantly, competition. This time last year, more than 38% of homes were selling above list price. 38%, whee, that's a lot. And that's down from the high of close to 60% of homes selling above list price in 2021. Currently, we're at 17.5%. That's slightly below last month. It shows we're seeing good activity and homes are selling close to list price. Before the pandemic, we would only see about 10% of homes selling above list price. Pricing is the most important factor, in my opinion, and a major key to creating strong interest in properties. I believe if a home is priced and staged well, it sells at or above list price. Wow, that was a lot of information. And I'm not even done yet. I believe knowledge is power. So now, understanding this data better, you can make more informed decisions with confidence. Woo! Oh yeah, how is my market summary? That's why you're here, right? Well, sales are still hovering roughly 40% below pre-pandemic levels, but it is on the rise from the decreases we saw late last year. The current decreases we're seeing are following our seasonal trends that we do see every year. The market is stable because we have a good balance of buyers and sellers. It's a healthy market, for real. As inflation cools off, which we are slowly seeing, we will see interest rates hopefully creep down a bit. And this will increase our activity in the market, and especially across the lower price points. Don't hold out for those 3%-ish interest rates we saw in 2020. I'll be shocked if we ever see that again anytime soon. Hey, please like, comment, and share this video with a friend or family member who may be looking to buy or sell here. Now, watch this awesome video about how I reluctantly got into real estate. It's a hoot. Bye! Screen direction, screen direction. And buyers get in a... Bye!